Folks do not understand that in business, you have to install an operating system.
Now, the question now is like, how are you able to systemize that success? As human beings, it's easy for us to get distracted. What systems help us do is to stay focused on the direction that we're going.
The system that we install at XSITE Capital, we're able to actually start identifying the goals each person have. We're able to break it down to what they need to get done. And if they don't get it done,
hello, everybody. Welcome to another exciting episode of the Beyond 9 to 5 podcast. Again, it's your host, Leslie Owasum, joined with my fantastic co-host and amazing co-founder, Mr. Tenacious Tenny Tolofari. How you doing today, Tenny?
I'm living the dream, man. Living the dream. Excited to be here again today.
All right. It's another exciting episode of one of those great conversations that Tenny and I have. Looking forward to you gaining a ton of wisdom from this. Tenny, what are we talking about today?
Today, one of the things that came to mind was to have a conversation about inserting or installing an operating system when it comes to building a business. Now, a lot of people today, you have a computer, you have a device that's running, and a lot of them run on either old operating system or they're running on new operating system. Folks do not understand that in business, you have to install an operating system. And what does that even mean? It means how you're able to run your company, from the fabric of the company from the start, all the way from the employees to the operations to the meetings and all of that stuff. There are ways you can install great operating system in your business for it to be a well-oiled machine that have efficiency and is running to its capacity. So today, we're going to be talking about some of those concepts and some of the journey that we took to be able to identify the particular operating system we installed in our company and how you can take advantage of that as well.
That's really great. I think that's a really important topic because a lot of us get excited about business and we maybe want to start a side hustle or start something while we're working. And then that business picks up, right? It might be a passion project that you start from the beginning and then you start getting some success from that. So now the question now is like, how are you able to systemize that success? And it's something that you could repeat over and over and over again. And you have a system of how you're able to track what facets of the actions that lead to that success are working, or what improvements that you need to make. I remember when we started, we just started again, like everybody else, had the passion and had the desire and the vision to provide the value that we're creating at XSITE Capital to members of our community. And we just went out and started. And that is why I think that's one key thing that I want to emphasize is don't wait till you have an operating system before you start your business. Just get started. And that's how we started, because you got to start, build some forward momentum, then you install the system in place at that point in time. But the systems help you scale from wherever you are from that starting point into a much, much larger organization or much more successful organization that is able to sustain growth that comes along with it.
Absolutely. So the question is, I think a lot of the folks that are looking to start a side hustle, that are looking to start something, what do we mean by an operating system? What kind of operating system can they install starting up with an idea, or they've already started their path? How can they be a little bit more efficient in whatever they're doing? Or what are some of the conversations we want to share with them today about that?
So the key is like an operating system helps you identify what's working, the actions that you need to repeat in order to get to those goals, and how you repeat them and how you track them. Right. So it's like a systemized approach of you achieving the goals that you set for your business and for yourself and for each member of your business as well. For example, at XSITE Capital, we came across the EOS operating system, which is the entrepreneurial operating system, EOS, from the book Traction by Gino Wickman, which we installed in our company. And what that system helps you do is like identify what your main goals are, the actions that you need to be taking on a daily basis in order to achieve those goals, and how you're able to assign responsibility for each one of those goals, and how you're able to track them. It's a predictable manner of operating that leads to the results that you're seeking. And that is truly what the operating system is, and that's how it has benefited us as a business.
Oh, beautiful. And to add to that is some of the things that it does for us is to be able to help us make sure we have a good way we're having meetings, running an efficient meetings when we have meetings with our team members, make sure that we have things that we're tracking, actions that have been taken, and make sure we're actually discussing issues as well. If you do not have an operating system like that, you go into meetings and people just start talking, right? But with this particular operating system that we installed at XSITE Capital, we're able to actually start identifying the goals each person have. We're able to break it down to what they need to get done. And if they don't get it done, we discuss it in the meeting and ask them what are some of the obstacles they are having, why they're not able to do it, so that leadership and the team can provide the support that they need to be able to fulfill that particular task. It actually helps with efficient meeting running or running the company on a daily basis.
Absolutely. The meeting now becomes part of the system, one of the facets of the system that helps in achieving that goal. So that's what the system really helps us do, is like helps us like really zero focus on our goals and what we need to achieve. And it starts from like setting a 10-year goal, 10-year vision, breaking that goal back into a 5-year goal, then into a 3-year goal, and then into a 1-year goal. Now from the 1-year goal, you break it down into quarterly goals. That quarterly goal now gets broken down into weekly actions that needs to be taken in order to meet that quarterly goal, because the whole premise of the system is like small daily actions leads to the big results. And a lot of time as business owners, when we have these big goals, these big ambitions, can easily get overwhelmed by focusing so much on the big. This system helps you come back down to like the daily, the smaller things that need to be done that leads to that bigger results, so that way you could focus on those little actions on a daily basis instead of focusing on the whole big goal as a whole. And it's kind of fascinating to watch. Looking back, we installed this system in our business back in 2021. That is after about 2 years of just figuring things out on a daily basis. And looking back and seeing some of the goals that we set back then in 2021 and seeing where we are right now and seeing how we have grown to become the company that is achieving those goals that we set in 2021. When we set goals in 2021, it wasn't based off of the resources that we had available to us at that point. It was based off of the vision, the goal that we want to see the company to go. And what this operating system helps you do is like, regardless of the goals that you set, you're able to break it down into daily actions, things that you need to do, who you need to become in order to achieve those goals. And when you go out on a daily, instead of going in multiple different directions, you have a clear sense of direction of things that you need to be doing in order to achieve that goal. And it works. Having the operating system is key. Else you're going to find yourself running around doing the same actions over and over, or doing multiple actions that are not necessarily leading you to the results that you're seeking.
And another thing that it does for you too is actually help you design your vision. There's another aspect to it that talks about the vision traction organizer, which is a piece of this operating system that helps you actually put your vision on paper. It helps you think about, okay, what's my ultimate vision? What's my core value? Who are the people I'm looking to serve? What's my target marketing strategy? What are some areas I need to focus on? And also it breaks down, Leslie mentioned, your 10-year, 5, 3, 1, and then quarterly goals that we all break down to daily tasks. And then it gives you an opportunity to identify who is going to be responsible for what in the company. And you talk about people, technology, and processes, like exactly what do you need to put in place in the company to be able to get it done. And also it helps you identify if everybody that you have in the company, if it's just you now, then you have to occupy all the seats. But you need to be able to know what are some of the things you're good at and the things that you're not good at. With this operating system, you'll be able to understand that. Now, that's Gino Wickman's EOS. You can decide to say, okay, there's some other framework that's out there that you want to use to run your company. But as long as you have a framework that you, like a structured framework that you're using to run your company, where you helps you, 1, stay accountable, 2, predictable, 3, is able to help you run the company efficiently, then it works. Because what we XSITE Capital implemented was traction, but you can go out there and look at some other concept or tools that are out there that can actually help you get your stuff put in place together. I know there are a lot of different frameworks that people use to run their company, but the summary of the story here is, or the conversation here today is, find an operating system that is efficient, that can help you scale, that can help you run your company as a well-oiled machine. That is what we've done at XSITE Capital. That has helped us significantly in our growth. And sometimes, like Leslie said, when we look back and see all the goals we set, it's just amazing to see that with the operating system we installed in 2021, we've been able to continue to run an efficient company up to date.
Absolutely. So having an operating system is key. Whichever operating system you choose or what direction you choose to go, that is really up to what works for you and your systems. For us, EOS has been a game changer for us since we implemented EOS in our business, and we continue to use it on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, on a quarterly basis, on a yearly basis. And it has helped us get even closer to our North Star. That's a big vision that we have for the company. Yeah, so that's the key, really. Again, as human beings, it's easy for us to get distracted. What systems help us do is to stay focused on the direction that we're going.
Looking
So
to
that is no different in business. If you do not have a system and a direction of where you're going, that helps you, keeps you accountable for the direction that you're going. You're going to go in multiple different directions and you're not going to
directions.
accomplish much. So, yeah, that's the power of
Absolutely.
having the right operating systems in place.
Thank you, Leslie, and thank you all for tuning in. With that, we'll wrap it up for today. Take care, everybody.
9 to 5, transform my life, yeah. 9 to 5, cutting like a knife, oh. But I refuse to let it be my story. I'm turning pain into glory.